Hi, everyone. Randy Young. We're back here at the Community Action Day that we've been telling you about. And of course, we have different department heads who'll be here throughout the afternoon till 2 o'clock to answer any of your questions that you might have about the programs that Community Action Commission offers. With us now is Steve Creed, who's the housing director at Fayette County Commission. And Steve, last couple of years we've had a chance to talk to you, but let's kind of review a little bit for folks. What exactly does your department oversee?
We pretty much have anything to do with housing other than the homeless programs. We do weatherization, which is an energy efficiency program. I have the self-help housing program where we help lower income folks be able to build their own home through getting a mortgage through the USDA Rural Development. I have some elderly repair programs that we can go in and do minor stuff for some of the seniors, leaky faucets, repair their furnace, things like that. Just different rehab, well, not exactly rehab, but repair programs, anything to do with your house and be able to keep the folks in their house.
When you look at a program like this, I think maybe people don't realize sometimes the eligibility requirements and things like that. Kind of maybe give us a little synopsis of how that works.
Yeah, they're all income based. Some incomes are higher than the others in the programs. For instance, my weatherization program, a couple, family of two. That's the only number I know off the top of my head.
Right.
But they can make up to $39,000 and some odd dollars a year and still qualify.
Really?
It's
Wow.
almost $40,000 a
Yeah.
year. Now the self-help housing program, where we help them to build a brand new home, that income is much higher. A family of four down to a family of one, they can make up to $62,300 a year and then qualify to build their own home.
Wow. That's a
And
lot higher than I thought it was going to
the elderly
be.
programs, the income's a lot lower, but a lot of those is the seniors qualify it because usually it's one or two seniors in the home. They're usually on a fixed income, so they're not making a lot of money anyway.
Right.
So they normally, the seniors on Social Security and whatnot, they're going to qualify.
How would people go about getting in contact with you guys if they think they're possibly a candidate?
They can give us a call. They can come in. We keep applications up front for weatherization. That's the main application. Once we get a weatherization application, a lot of times what I do is the various programs I have, once we do an inspection and see what the home needs, then we're able to leverage other money from other programs into that house. So even though they're doing weatherization program, I might be able to take my USDA Housing Preservation Grant money and help them with a roof repair.
Okay.
Or maybe install a new furnace. Their furnace needs replaced. We can do it that way. By leveraging all these different programs together into one house, I'm able to save money on different programs, and that way I can do more.
Do you have a ballpark idea of how many homes that you guys have been able to work on over the years?
Self-help housing program, building new homes, we are approaching 400 homes.
Really?
Yes, we've been doing this program for 30 years. It's
Wow.
one of the best kept non-secrets in Fayette County.
Yes, I believe
And
it
we
is.
not only do Fayette County, we also do the surrounding counties. We do Highland, Clinton, Ross, and part of Greene.
Wow.
That has to be a rural area. For example, Washington Court, Fayette County is all rural.
Right.
The city, everything. Whereas Ross County, Chillicothe is considered urban. So we can do work build homes in Ross County. We just can't build the homes in Chillicothe.
Okay.
So, we're doing this in 5 counties. We've been doing it for 30 years. Like I said, we're on our way towards 400 homes now.
Wow. Let's look forward to a big celebration when it happens, I guess.
And the good thing about that program is the folks that qualify, the way it works is they come in, we work with them, make sure the credit's okay. If it's not, we got HUD certified housing counselors on staff. They work with them, show them how to, work on their credit, how to get their score up. And then once they're ready and apply, and they're going to get a mortgage from the USDA, they don't have to have a down payment. The only money out of these folks' pocket is when they apply for the mortgage, they pay a $25 application fee that's non-refundable.
Right.
And then when they're eligible and they pick out a lot, their home plan, all that, and we're ready to close on the property, they have to pay their first year homeowner's insurance in advance. After that, everything's escrowed into their payment. So
Wow.
virtually no money. For less than $1,000, they can build a brand new home.
Well, that's something else. Okay, well, we mentioned again, applications are available here at the front desk at the Community Action Commission building on Route 22 across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Or is there a phone number they can get a hold of you guys?
Yeah, they can call. We have a direct line back into our department, and it's 740-335-1831.
All right, so you can talk to Steve or one of his representatives in the housing department that they can help you out. That's a great program over the many years that's been done here through Community Action, and we want you to take advantage of it.
Yeah, we build beautiful homes for these folks, but they have to work on the home themselves. So
Yeah.
they have their own sweat equity into the house, so it makes it mean more to them.
I'm going to say I've been part of that some through the church or organization. Some people's been putting those together, and they are very beautiful homes. And so we want folks to take advantage of that as well. Is there anything else you
No,
guys
I mean,
got? All right.
We're working every day, so come on in. We have people call and say, when can we do this? We do this all the time. So any day, Monday through Friday, stop in, give us a call. We'll be glad to tell you more about it.
All right. Steve Creed from the Housing Director here at the Fayette County Community Action Commission. Join us here on this report from our Community Action Commission Day. Again, Steve and his staff will be here till 2 o'clock this afternoon to answer your questions. Or again, you can give them a call or stop by during the week at the front desk. And if nothing else, you got questions there, they'll get you guys hooked up so that you can get those questions answered. Steve, thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Randy.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes here on WCHC. With us now here on WCHC Facebook is Stacy Johnson, who is with the homeless department. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the department. To be honest with you, people hear the term homeless. What is homeless?
Well, for most of our programs, besides homeless prevention, we have to follow HUD's guidelines, and that is that a person is coming out of a shelter or living in a place not meant for human habitation, such as they're in the car, they're living on the street. So that's what our HCRP program and a lot of our program requires us to follow HUD's guidelines for that. So then they have, if they're coming out of a shelter, we can get their homeless documentation just as a printout from our data system. But if they're on the street, we do have to get backup documentation from a third party.
Okay. Now, a lot of people, you hear the term homeless, and unfortunately, sometimes it does mean people's in very, very bad situation.
Absolutely.
But have you been able to find some success through the program, obviously?
We have. We have our homeless shelter. We have a case manager that goes there on a regular basis, and she interviews people and sees if they meet the guidelines for our HCRP program. And for that program, we're able to help with short-term rental assistance and get them into some stable housing. Along with, if they've been chronically homeless, we're able to get them into our permanent supportive housing program, which is our Fayette Landing, Fayette Inn, and some scattered sites. And for that program, they can be in the program indefinitely, and they only have to pay 30% of their household income towards rent. They do have to be chronically homeless and have someone in the household has to have a disabling condition.
Oh, okay. Now, when people come to you, are they coming to you guys directly, or is this maybe a relative, or are you updated through other government agencies? Hey, we got an issue here that maybe you guys can help out?
Sure. We do work with other agencies as a team, but anyone can walk into our agency. They can call. We are a coordinated entry site, so that's it. Or we do coordinated entry through our access point, and access points would be Community Action, Fayette Landing, and the Brick House Homeless Shelter. So anyone can report or call any of those locations, and we start a process called a diversion. At first, we see if we can divert them from entering the homeless system. Like maybe it's a young person who is 18 or 19 arguing with mom or dad. We try to help correct that and make it possible for that person to stay there. A lot of times we're not able to divert people and they do enter the homeless system. Then they go through a process called coordinated entry, and then we determine from that what program would best fit their needs.
Okay. Now, once again, if folks would like to get a hold of you guys, how would they go about that?
They can call here at Community Action. They can walk in, but our number is 740-335-7282, and they can ask to speak to anyone in the homeless department.
All right. Anything else that maybe we didn't cover you would like to?
Nope, I think that's good.
All right. Well, good enough. We appreciate Stacy stopping by, talking to us. Again, her and her staff are here until 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Community Action Commission Day, located on Route 22, just across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Stop by, talk to them. They can answer your questions, have material for you guys to hand out. They could possibly even set up future appointments if you need to do that as well. So take advantage of that today during our Community Action Commission. I'm Randy Young with WCHC. All right, we're back here now at WCHC as we're broadcasting from the Community Action Commission Day. They're coming fast and furious to it. That's what we like. Get a lot of interviews on here early so you can stop on by until 2 o'clock this afternoon and see the different organizations that are involved here at Community Action. Dreama Brown's with us right now, and she is with the Domestic Violence Department. And I know, Dreama, we've talked to you, I think this is our third year of broadcasting this day. And unfortunately, domestic violence is a thing that just simply, we'd love to see it go away, but it's not going to go away, is it?
No, it's not going to go away. No.
Let's talk a little bit about what are some of the things you're seeing in the domestic violence area?
The biggest thing we're seeing right now is a lot of obviously partner violence, but we've seen an increase in the human trafficking area of it as well, which is discouraging, obviously, especially
Yeah.
in our small community. It still ties in, obviously, with some partner violence as well, but there seems to be more of an uptick in the human trafficking aspect of it. So we actually were able to get awarded some funding, got some part-time hours that we're able to apply to that and start doing some outreach in the community and working with our local programs and our agencies like law enforcement and the courts to try to start addressing that and see what we can do to hopefully help assist those that are experiencing it and hopefully remove them from it and keep them out of it, but if not, still try to assist them somehow.
Are you talking about youth, or are you talking about spouses, or what?
With it covers sadly all of it. Yeah,
Really?
It can be spouses, it can be parents, it can be family members, it can be strangers. It's not just tied into what you see on TV where someone gets grabbed and thrown in the white van and taken away.
Right.
It does happen, obviously, but it's a very dramatic depiction of it. Unfortunately, it happens in a wide array of ways.
When someone comes to you with with domestic violence situation stuff, what are some of the things that you try to help them with?
Very first thing we want to do is start what we call safety planning with them, and that is we want to find out what they're wanting to do. Are they ready to leave? Are they trying to find out about information that can help them leave? And we really need to find out where they're at and what they're ready to do, or if they're ready to do anything at that moment. And we let them guide the process. So we can give them information, we can connect them to resources. If we have openings in our emergency transitional housing, we'll bring them in. If we don't and they are ready to leave, we'll coordinate with another shelter to get them to a safe place. It really just is, it's participant driven. The survivor dictates what we do.
When you look at domestic violence over the years, as we mentioned, it seems like it's going to be an issue that's probably not going to go away, unfortunately. But what kind of percentages of people maybe in this area we're seeing? Do you have an idea?
You mean of the data of like the survivors, how many
Yeah,
what
yeah.
type they are? I would say right now, on the last grant that I did with the population that we had 31% that had reported some form of domestic violence.
Almost one of every 3 people.
So that's what we know about.
Wow.
Those aren't the ones that aren't reporting,
Right.
or the ones who are like, "Oh, this is normal," or "I'm just making a big deal of it." The typical
Right.
whatever typical excuses are made. But yeah, those are just the ones we know about.
Wow,
It's a
that's a shocker.
And that includes adults and children, obviously. But
Yeah.
that's a lot.
When you work with people, I know they come with fear. They come with maybe second hesitations of doing things like that. What kind of things do you try to work with them on as far as saying, listen, this is the right step for you to do?
The biggest thing is a lot of it comes in with mistrust with our, quite frankly, with any system, our law enforcement, the courts, any programs like ours, any experience they've had. There's unfortunately the stigma and the judgment attached to it, like, why didn't you leave? Or you're just going to go back, so why bother? And so a lot of them are defeated already.
Right.
But when they get to that moment of desperation, or if it's gotten really bad where they can't maneuver through that minefield like they have throughout the entire situation, then they will reach out, and we try to be supportive. We're not ever judgmental. We genuinely just want to connect them to what can help them. And even if that just means connecting them to a food pantry to help them get some food and let them talk and just let them be heard. Then from there, it helps us to at least create that connection that they know there is an agency out there that isn't judging them. If you go back or if you stay, okay. But when you're ready to leave, or if you ever need more information, we'll be here. And we just want to make sure that we're open and available to help build that. And then by connecting them to other programs and other agencies, hopefully start to establish that trust that, all cops aren't bad, all judges aren't bad, all doctors aren't bad, all, stuff like that.
Right. This is kind of a difficult question, so I got to be careful how I ask this. With someone that maybe knows of someone that's going through domestic violence, if they want to report this, is there a gray area in which you guys have to work with, or how do you go about that?
We have had folks call on behalf of a loved one before. Call our crisis line, the 740-505-0090. That's our crisis line.
Okay.
We've had people reach out, whether it was a call or a text, and we will talk with them and take their information, but ultimately it comes down to the survivor themselves.
Okay.
They have to be the ones to reach out and connect with us.
Okay.
And a lot of that, too, is not just because it's client-driven, as I've spoken, so we have to go with what the survivor wants, but also at the same time, we have to protect the survivor.
Right.
They're in that toxic, abusive environment, and if we reach out to them, we could expose them to the abuser, and then whatever they were dealing with could be magnified by 10 times worse, or, even if it's 10% worse,
Right.
it's going to make it harder for them in an already very difficult situation. So we don't ever reach out to them.
Okay, so once again, if you are a victim of domestic violence and you'd like to talk to Dreama and one of the representatives, again, what's the number they can call if they want to?
Our crisis line is 740-505-0090, and you can also reach out to us through our email, which is peacehousestaff@cacfayettcounty.org. And if you do leave a message, we will call back, but we will not identify ourselves as Peace House. We'll just call back and say that Community Action is returning a phone call.
Okay.
Because technically they are.
That's true. That's true. And again, it is for your safety as well. And
Absolutely.
that's the main thing.
Yes.
Again, Dreama and her staff are here today. If you'd like to stop by, or if you know someone, again, that maybe is going through domestic violence, you can talk to them about it, or maybe get some material and somehow you can get it to the victim or whatever. You can do that until 2 o'clock this afternoon, so we encourage you to stop by the Community Action Commission building located on Route 22 just across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. Dreama, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
One of these days, we've got to get you worked out of a job.
I know, that would be nice.
Yes, it would.
Yes. Thank
All
you.
right, Dreama Brown joined us here today on WCHC. Okay, we're back here at WCHC. We're broadcasting live from the Community Action Commission Day. A lot of things going on. A lot of folks are getting everything set up. The different departments are here. Folks are stopping by. Once again, we encourage you. 2 o'clock is the cutoff time, but you still have time to come on out. They've got food here, and there's inflatables for the kids, so that'll keep you busy. And there's probably some other things going on as well, so that you want to take advantage of the different departments. So we hope that you do that as well. With us right now from Pathway Recovery. Okay, Pathway Recovery is Rebecca Beatty. Beatty and Shane Anderson. Now, we've got so many different departments here at Community Action. You know, I can't keep them all straight, to be honest with you. I've been here for 6 years. So, you know, bear with me a little bit if I ask you something I'm not totally comfortable with or share the information with that maybe you can help us out with. So let's just start off the road. What is Pathway Recovery?
Well, Pathways to Recovery is a program that helps those struggling with addiction or mental health. We have several different grants we run under, but we work as a team. We do things like help people with harm reduction. We help them get placed into treatment facilities. I myself am a peer supporter, so I'm somebody that has lived through addiction and mental health, and I help walk another person through that.
Let me ask you a personal question. How much has this helped you?
It's helped me a lot. I've got like 4 years and 4 months sober, and I've walked a lot of things. I've completed like probation. I did my treatment in lieu, paid off all my fines. I have a great relationship with my higher power today. I'm actually married. I got approved for like self-help housing, so that's like a major step that like really helps for me. You know, and I work this job full time, and then I'm a mother and wife full time. So
Okay. So obviously, this program has helped you personally, and I think that's a good testament to folks that are maybe coming to you guys, and they're saying, there's no way, I can't do this. Hey, I'm an example of how effective this program can be. We need you to have confidence in us and so forth. And I think that's good because some of our programs here, to be honest with you, have been people that have been victims of different situations that have been able to work their way out and be able to get on the other side and be successful. In other words, you're kind of giving a hand out to somebody.
yeah, we meet them exactly where they're at. We don't make them do anything. If they tell us they want to go to treatment, that's great. We can line up a list and be like, what do you want? You know, this program is self-centered. It's whatever they want to do. And if they're not at the point where they don't want to get into recovery, we then start looking into harm reduction, and we provide Narcan, which is an opiate reversal drug. We give those trainings out, and we give them the Narcan, and it's all free.
Okay. Shane, what area you kind of run there?
Well, I used to be the director of Pathways for about 3 years. Then I went off and did therapy in Pike County Community Action. I was a therapist for 2 years. Now I come back as the youth and prevention coordinator. And we're all about prevention now. Like we're trying to get into the schools with Miami Trace and Washington Courthouse. But I look at it as, you know, if we catch it early, in the early years, they won't ever need Pathways if we do the prevention right. You know, because we deal with a lot of stuff from, you know, suicide, drug and alcohol prevention, bullying. We're going to try to address all that this year. But it's pretty tough because, I mean, you hear about stuff that goes on in the communities. And I live in the community, but I work out of the community. But now I'm trying to bring the community that I live in some help, you know. But I'm licensed as a therapist, independently licensed therapist.
Oh, okay. What's you kind of mentioned a few things generally, but what are some of the big issues you are seeing exactly among our youth?
Bullying is really pretty big in this town. So is suicide. You know, I know somebody just passed away through suicide, but you know, we're going to try to address them issues pretty head on because I mean, some people are just scared to talk about it, and you got to have the conversation, especially with your kids. You know, I got girls at home. You know, I always talk about what's going on in school. So you got to keep, you know, in contact with your kids. You know, I know they're on their phones all the time now. So you got to at least have, when you sit down for dinner, just have a conversation with them. Because if you don't know, you just don't know.
Social media has probably been one of the biggest vehicles that it's used for the bullying issue, I would think, right?
Oh, I totally agree. I totally agree. You know, I see it too because I got a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old, you know, and a 26-year-old, and I see it all the time. And it don't matter how old you are. There's bullying goes out throughout the community, and it don't age discriminate. So,
What kind of programs do you want to try to get established in the school systems?
well, for one, I know other organizations are in the schools, but we're just trying to do different things with the kids. Like we're gonna start this, you know, this skating party and a bowling party every Thursday throughout the summer, just to talk about prevention stuff, just to let the kids have a voice, and so we can just listen. You know, that's one of the things. We're going to try to go around with the big blue bus and just hand out flyers about, you know, the different things they're dealing with, the kids are dealing with. We're also going to try to go to the splash pad and deal with the younger kids.
Okay.
Because they want us in Head Start now, just to tell the difference between a pill and candy. They don't know.
Right.
But so we can just educate them when they see it like a piece of candy on the floor. Don't pick it up. Go get your parents and, you know, let them pick it up, because it could be something else. It could be a pill that, you know, could harm them if they try to take that. So we're trying to get different things out there. We're just brainstorming now what's a need for this community.
I think people, either one of you guys' departments, people's got to remember, it really comes down to education, education, and
Yes.
education, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I'm nonstop educating myself about what's new in the world, what's happening, and how things are addressed. Because stigma is a real thing in all the communities surrounding us. They just see somebody that has substance use disorders and look at them as if they're worthless. And me, I see them as, okay, you're going through a tough time. How do we help you? You know? So it's something that needs to be addressed and talked about more. I see people not getting jobs all the time just because of their background. So it's a thing we're trying to work with and work out with some of the companies, where they'll, like, if they suspect someone of substance use disorder or something, they'll come to us instead of just immediately firing them. We'll help them go through the steps of what they need to do to, like, get back on the same road they need to be, you know?
Right.
We also have a program within one of our grants that's called PIT, which is peer in training. They're not technically a peer yet, but they've come in, they said they want to be a peer, and we helped them do their e-based academy, and their 40-hour in-person training will actually happen here. June 26th
It's the end of June.
and on, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember the other day, but it's like Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30.
Okay.
So,
All right.
To piggyback off what you said, stigma it's pretty prevalent in this community, the stigma. But if people would understand, if you could separate the drug from the person, these are really good people.
Right.
They are really good people. You know, I mean, they're just addicted to something. You know, it could be no fault of themselves. I mean, the doctor giving pain medication just to deal with pain.
Right.
You know, but the stigma is real. So if we can get to deal with the stigma and educate people that these are good people and they just want a second chance, you know, it'd make this community a lot better.
Well, our shirts are all same here. It says helping people and changing lives, and that's what it's all about. And this program is very, very vital for you, whether you have problems with drug addiction or stigma issues, or as Shane's got with the youth program. We know a lot of kids, the bullying, especially today, it's unbelievable. And, you know, I've been kind of out of the loop with my kids grown and stuff, but, you know, I talk to other kids and stuff, and it's unreal what some of the bullying that's going on anymore. So, once again, we want to remind you that if you have a child or if you're going through some issues, these folks are the ones you want to talk to. Again, they're here till 2 o'clock this afternoon. Or what's number, again, that they can get a hold of you guys to talk to you?
Well, they can call Pathways to Recovery. The Hope Line is what we call it, 740-463-1009. And that's the Hope Line. Or they can call my business number, and that is also going to be 740-463-3383. If I do not answer, call or leave a text message.
Shane, how about you? Same thing, or?
Yes.
Okay, same number. Okay, good enough. All right, so keep that in mind. We will keep up to date on what these folks are doing as well. We'll have them in for a future FYI maybe in about a month or two. Once again, as we'll be getting closer to school time, so it might be a good time to hit it one more time about the youth program especially. So we'll be doing that as well, but we want to at least get an introduction to you folks today so that you know these programs still exist. Our thanks to Rebecca and Shane for joining us here today, and we hope that you stop by and see them. I'm Randy Young for WCHC. Well, we're back here at Community Action. We told you these interviews are going to be going quick today. A lot of folks coming in wanting to talk to us and get some information out to you, and hopefully you will take advantage of that as well, as, of course, it is Community Action Commission Day here in Fayette County. And we'll be here till 2 o'clock this afternoon talking to individuals, so we encourage you to come on out. There's plenty of food and other things as well. So we encourage you to, inflatables are here. Want to take advantage of that. And some other things as well. Anthony Mickle was with us down. Anthony's with the weatherization department.
Yes.
And how long you been doing this now?
Well, altogether, I got in with them almost 24 years, which I've been back with them since 2010.
Is that right?
Yes, I started out with them back in 1984 up to 1995.
Okay.
Then I come back in 2010.
Yeah. I've talked to enough people around here. People keep coming back.
Yeah.
It's a good place to work.
Yeah, we
And I
love it.
think another thing that people like as well is the fact that, well, let's be honest with you, the thing that we're trying to do is, as we mentioned on our shirts here,
Yes.
you know, helping people and changing lives.
Yes.
And weatherization is one of those things that you can help people and change life as well. Tell us a little bit about your department.
Well, what we do is they'll come in, they'll fill out an order, a form, and then we'll come out and inspect your home, find out what all the house needs. And then after we get that all done, we'll have a crew go out, which I'm one of the crew, and we'll blow out the attics, we insulate the walls if they need. We do crawl spaces, we ventilate, we do a lot of health and safety. We do smoke alarm, CO detectors.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and we do light bulbs and stuff. What we do is we're trying to, and we go in and talk to the customer. We try to talk them in and explain to them how to save energy, which there's a lot of things they can do to save money. Is like if you're not in a room, don't run a light.
Okay.
Know what you need when you get in the refrigerator. Don't stand there and just look in it, which I do that.
I'm going to say guilty.
Yes. But yeah, we do a lot of things like that. If you need a roof, we have programs that will actually go and install a roof. And there's a lot of things we can do for them.
I think people don't realize sometimes the amount of money that the government is spending to help people, and you kind of, when you're searching for the answers, you can't find it. Really, you only need to come here to Community Action because you guys got all that information gathered in one center, and you can say, hey, listen, we've got this funds, these things can help you, and so forth.
Yes. Yeah, we run off of different programs that can help people out.
Now, what is possibly one of the most difficult position or jobs that you guys have done that you've been able to turn some things around?
Well, a lot of it is people don't realize is a crawl space.
Okay.
We'll go in, we put it's a 6 mil vapor, it's plastic. We spread that throughout the whole crawl space. That keeps radon and stuff from coming up through. Then we'll put a 2-part foam around the perimeter. We do the seal plate and we do the band joist. And you'd be amazed how much difference that makes.
How many houses do you think you've done over the years, Anthony, or maybe per year or something like that?
We try to do, I think it's like 21 every month.
Really? So that's well over 200
Which
houses.
We try, yes.
Yeah. Still about 200 houses.
But we do
a year.
different things. I mean, there's
Yeah.
some we'll do a roof on. Then there we might do walls. Then there's another house we might complete the whole package. It just depends on what the house needs.
And it sounds like you guys do keep quite busy.
Yes, we stay pretty busy.
It kind of helps when you have different jobs to do.
Yes.
You know, the variety is kind of nice sometimes as well.
Yes.
Folks want to get a hold of you guys and say, you know, we've got some issues here from our house, and maybe you guys can help us out with the programs and stuff. How would they go about getting a hold of you?
We would have them come in up front and talk to Julie and them and have them give them an application, which if they do have trouble doing the application, which we found out a lot of people do, is they can bring that in to the back. We're in the back in Building D. It says weatherization across the door. Our inspector back there, his name's Jim. He'll help them fill out the application and everything, and that's all they need to do. The application on the front explains everything they need to bring in with them.
Okay. So trying to make it easier for everybody.
Yes.
But again, stop and see Judy here in the front, or you can go around the back of the
And talk to
building.
Jim, yes.
and talk to Jim. And again, you'll see the big building. It's the barn, kind of like a big barn almost.
Yes, we're very back.
Yeah, kind of in between the transit
Yes.
department and also the Head Start program.
That's correct.
So you can't miss it. You can park in there, and they'll be more than happy to help you out. Is there a phone number, too, they can maybe get a hold of?
Yes, well, it's just all the same around here,
Oh, okay.
which we got extensions. It's the 740-335-7282. We're extension 128.
All right. Anything else that we haven't covered?
That's about it.
All right. Well, the man says we're done. We're done. Thank you. Anthony Mix with us today from the Weatherization Department here at Community Action. Again, don't forget you can stop by and see Anthony and the staff members until 2 o'clock this afternoon during the Community Action Commission Day right here at the Community Action Building. Say that 3 times real quick, folks. And, of course, we're located on Route 22 just across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds. We'll be back in a few minutes with more reports here on WCHC. I'm Randy Young. All right, we're back here at the Community Action Commission Day, going on till 2 o'clock this afternoon. If you haven't decided to come out yet, please do so. We are interviewing different departments that are under the jurisdiction of the jurisdiction sounds wrong. Direction. Yeah, that's it. Direction of Community Action, yes. A couple guys I get to work with every day, Rob Kinzer and also Larry Fitch from the Transit Department is with us right now. And we're going to talk about the Fayette County, Madison County Transportation, right?
Fayette Madison Transit.
Fayette Madison. We'll talk about the Madison in just a moment here. Rob, tell us a little bit about what kind of services does the transit offer here, especially in Fayette County?
Here in Fayette County, we try to give everybody an opportunity to have availability to travel to doctor's appointments, grocery stores, to and from, curb-to-curb service. And then we also have a local point route, and it stops at different areas that are high-volume areas, so where people can get on and off and go to different areas, like Walmart, the thrift store, different places as well along the way. And And that's only, I think, 50 cents for one ride, one way. So that's a pretty easy thing to do. And all you got to do is show up at the stop and tell them where you want to get off at after you get on. So it's only 50 cents, and it'll take you anywhere on one of those routes, one of those stops on that route. And then if you need something else and you call ahead of time, we can get you scheduled in and pretty much get you to and from your appointments or whatever else you may need. And that's pretty much Larry's job. He's the scheduler. He takes care of all that. He does a really good job with that. So, if you need to call and get something scheduled, call back to transportation and talk to Larry, and he'll do everything he can to help you out.
Larry, let's talk a little bit about your position as scheduler. You've been here now for over about a year or so plus.
2 years.
Has it been 2 years?
2 years.
Phew, man, I know I'm getting old now. Time just keeps flying so
July 1st,
fast, man.
2 years.
It's been here 2 years now. What are some, I know that Rob kind of alluded to some of it, but what are some of the things, information that you try to get from folks when they want to try to get a ride scheduled?
Okay. Well, funding is always required for a trip, whether it's out of pocket or, on some other larger scale if it's an out-of-town trip. So we do try to get people directed in the right way for funding sources. And then for an actual trip, we need things like, if they're not in our system, we need name, address, phone number, birth date, whether or not the individual needs, uses some sort of device like a wheelchair. All our buses are accessible, but we like to make sure we send the right sized vehicle. Our smaller vehicles could carry perhaps a wheelchair, but if it's a large wheelchair and a small vehicle, they're not going to match.
Right.
So we need to know those kinds of things. And all those questions are handled over the phone, so it's not a big process where you have to come in person. You can call and we'll ask you the questions we need to know. And
Now, you guys get, for those that might be tuned in, maybe they have doctor appointments and things like that. How do you guys handle that, and where would you go?
well, we do a lot of, probably a majority of our doctor's appointments are here in town. They're in the county, either within the city limits of Washington Courthouse or within the Fayette County limits. We do take patients to Columbus and Chillicothe and Dayton and Cincinnati. All of those types of trips need to be arranged with some advance notice so that we can line up a driver if we don't have a driver available. That's always the case with any trip, even local trips. Do we have availability of drivers? Sometimes our routes are full. We don't have an extra bus. The other day, we only had 2 operating buses in the afternoon. We had 2 drivers, and we just were very tight. It was almost impossible to add any trips in the afternoon. Medical appointments are best made in the morning, so that we have time to get the person there and get them back to Washington Courthouse.
And I guess one of the other things I want to emphasize is that people should call as soon as they know,
Yes.
and not wait till the day before, the day of, and say, hey,
Yes.
can you come get me? Because that's not
Right.
going to work.
Sometimes if it's out of town, we probably can't squeeze it in. If it's a local doctor's appointment and they just called and said, we need you to come today, we might be able to get that in on that morning's schedule. But to take a person from here to Columbus at the last minute is almost impossible. I would say 99% impossible.
Okay, Rob, we talked a little bit about at the start of the interview, Madison County as well. I know that we're starting to work on trying to get something established in that area as well.
Yes, we are. We have been working on it for a while now, and eventually, hopefully here by 1st of June, we'll be over there full go and have it established, and we'll be running trips over there in Madison County like we do here. We'll have our drivers that will be over there and doing some medical trips and things that they do now. We're just taking over for another place that was over there running, and their funding's running out, and we've taken over their program.
Okay.
So
So keep that in mind as well. And again, if you've got any questions, what's the number they can call, guys? 335.
I don't know. I don't call it.
Same here. If you call the main community action number, they can-
335-7282, I believe it is.
7282, yeah.
Yeah, just ask for Transit Department. They'll get it to you,
They'll get
okay?
it
Get
back
us
to us.
to it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, besides our embarrassment of not knowing what our own phone number is, this is a pretty good interview, wasn't it?
I was like, they didn't put that information on here.
Yeah. Well, we want to thank Rob and Larry for stopping by and joining us today, talking about Fayette County Transit. Again, if you got any questions about transit, stop by. They have a table set up here today, and that information, I believe, has the number on it, so you can check that out as well, all right? So, again, thanks to Rob and Larry for joining us here from the Transit Department, Fayette Madison County Transit Department, here on WCHC. I'm Randy Young. All right, we're back here at Community Action along with Judy Havens from the Senior Department, Senior Program Department, I guess is the best way to put it,
in the Peep Department.
among other departments that she is in charge of. She said she has a big banner. It's got all of it written on. It probably wraps around the building, right?
Not quite, but
Judy, tell us a little bit about the senior program that you guys are in charge of.
I have a homemaker program where we can go into their homes like once a week or once every other week, depending on their need, to help them do their basic housekeeping. So to help them if they're unable, so that to keep it safe and
Okay.
clean. And then I have a caregiver program that if somebody is 60 or over and needs help with a multitude of things. I've helped with lift chairs. I've helped with prescriptions that their insurance won't cover. I've helped with safety bars. I've helped with different utility bills. I've helped with, I've even helped with propane in the wintertime if they're not eligible for the heat program.
Okay.
And I've helped with clothing. The caregiver program will cover a multitude of things. So, if there's somebody 60 or over that is in need of something, they really just need to contact me and see if there's something we can do to help them with.
All right, we've alluded to our shirts throughout the morning hours, helping people and changing lives, and that's one of the things that Judy's department does work on, especially our senior citizens. How many clients have you probably worked with over the years, or maybe do you have like a yearly average?
It varies greatly, but at any one given time, we usually have between 15 and 18 people on the homemaker program continuously.
Wow.
And I only have one homemaker aide, so,
Yeah.
and then the caregiver, gosh, I don't know, we probably help a couple hundred people a year out of it.
Wow. It's unbelievable.
So we tried.
Yeah, it's,
And
it's unbelievable how many lives are being touched by community action.
Yeah.
We want people to take advantage of it. What are some of the other things that?
And then the HEAP and PIP program.
Yeah.
Which helps people with their utilities. HEAP's a one-time, a year credit that will go towards their heating source. PIP is, we can set them up on a percentage of income payment plan. So based on income, it sets your gas bill and your electric bills at a certain amount.
Okay.
And for a lot of people, it's really like getting their electric at a discount, because if I say I set you up on PIP and it's $50 a month, and you use $200 that month worth of utility, if you pay that payment on time, they're going to forgive that whole $200 as if you had paid that whole amount.
Well.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we really have to stress to people, because if you don't pay it pay your bill every month, then it works like a credit card, and you're going to accrue those usages because you're not getting the full benefit of the program by getting the extra credits.
How would the people get about contacting you or about more information about the department?
Just contact Community Action and just ask for somebody in the HEAP department.
HEAP department.
Yeah, because I
Okay.
have two other girls that do those applications also. So
Okay. I know you got a lot of departments. Did we cover any more we need to cover?
at Christmas time, I have a Santa for Seniors program.
Yeah, there you go.
And it is based, and the Santa for Seniors, which we are fortunate, United Way has helped me out with it, but it's based solely on donations. We get no funding for it.
Okay.
And what it is, it's to help brighten seniors at Christmas time, because there's so many of them out there that have, you know, they live alone, they have no family, they may be in a nursing home, they don't see, you know, and it just helps brighten their holiday a little bit and let them know that we know they're there. And
What are items that you're looking for?
like, we usually try to give, we make up a bag and we throw in toiletries, house clean, we throw in socks, gloves, we've done throws, we've done pajamas, and what it is people give us the names of who they think, they refer the people to us, and what we ask them is, is there something that they absolutely need, that they're in need of, or if there's something that they really want that they, couldn't get. And we go down through the list and we try because, like, I've had ask for a coffee pot because their coffee pot, and they asked for, and I've had people ask for like specific kinds of clothes, like if they can only wear, like I had one guy, he could only wear sweatpants and he could, and he couldn't find them in his size, so, we get, but it just depends on, what their needs are and where they're at as to what we put, but try to make it consistent. And but we will take donations of any kind that they think we could throw in a gift bag and
Yep.
cheer somebody up.
And if maybe you don't know the items that you could buy, you could always give cash donations. You guys can go out
That's
and
right.
use them as
And
well.
then, yeah, and then we can go to Walmart or wherever and
Okay.
do the
So,
shopping.
so keep that in mind. Even though it's kind of early, you can kind of keep that in the
Right.
back of your mind for Christmas time. Around November, maybe get started on that
So it
as
sort of
well.
sneaks up on you.
All right. So, Judy, again, let's go to the phone number.
You can call 740-335-7282 and just ask for Judy
All right.
in the heat department or for the seniors, and
She'll
we'll see what we can do.
She'll take care of you. She's a good lady. She takes care of you, and we hope that you take advantage of that as well. And again, don't forget till 2:00 this afternoon. You can stop out here in front of the Community Action Commission building and stop by and see her or any of her staff that's at the table. That's going to wrap it up for this report. We'll be back in just a little bit with our. We got a couple more reports, so stay with us right here on WCHC. With us back now is Lori Gregg, who is from the Mobility Department here at the Community Action Commission. And Lori, tell us a little bit about your department. What does it entail?
So the mobility, basically, I assist the community with finding transportation. I work for all of the transportation options in Fayette County, and try to get people all the information that they need. If I can't answer the questions, I direct them to who can. So.
Now, what would be some of the needs that people might have that they could use you for?
So, the people may need to go to a doctor's appointment anywhere in Ohio. And
Okay.
we have options to help pay for that. If you cannot drive, that is a huge problem, not just in Fayette County, but, all over the state of Ohio. If there is one person that can't get to where they need to go, then we need to work on that.
Okay. Now, again, I think folks maybe you are starting to sense a theme. There's a lot of financial aid and support out there by the government that can help individuals and stuff like this. What are some of the different grants or some of the different departments you guys can draw from?
So we have COAAA, which is the Commission on Aging grant, and that is people over 60 years old. And we have Title 20, disabilities. If you have a disability, we can get you 2 doctor's appointments, that you can otherwise drive. Medicaid is probably the biggest funding of it, so that takes care of quite a bit of it. And we're pretty lucky in Fayette County. Our Medicaid covers transportation to any medical. So it can be local or out of town. And I don't think a lot of people realize that just going to a pharmacy, that's a medical need.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. This might sound, I don't want to be redundant here, but when you say disability, are you talking about people that are handicapped accessible, or is it just, it's across the board?
It is across the board. That's generally, if you have a paper from a doctor that says you are disabled,
Okay.
you cannot drive, that would cover it. So,
Okay. Well, how would the folks get a hold of you if they wanted to talk to you?
so if you need more information about transportation options in Fayette County, you can call me at the Community Action main number and just ask for Lori. That's 740-335-7282. And I'm here Monday through Friday, 8 to 4:30.
All right, so she can help you out. I've seen her work, so I know that there's all kinds of different grants and funds that she can draw from to help make your trip success and get you to where you need, especially in the medical area as well, because I think that's probably the biggest one, isn't it?
That is the most need.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we want you to take advantage of that. And if you just happen to be out and about today riding around with someone, you can always stop by here at Community Action, and she's got a table out front, and she can talk to you until about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Lori, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Did much better this time, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, she's improved, all right? Lori Gregg with us from the Mobility Department. We'll be back with more here in just a moment on WCHC. We're back here at the Community Action Days going on. We're about halfway through. It goes till 2 o'clock this afternoon. We encourage you to come on out. You still got plenty of time. They got hot dogs out there. They got the inflatable toys for the kids. David will not be allowed on there, and neither will I. Something about they think I might hurt it or something. I don't know what your excuse is going to be. You probably have too much fun, to be honest with you. But anyway, if you got some kids, come on out. And it gives you time also to go around and talk to the different department representatives here. Amy Joseph is with us right now. She's with the Head Start program, one of the big agencies of community action. And we know because part of our transit building is right across the street from them. And we see a lot of kids going in and out all the time. And Amy, about what's, as far as how many students and so forth you have involved with Head Start?
We have 148 preschool kids here, and we have some kiddos at Cherry Hill. We have Jeffersonville site and the Washington Courthouse site. And then we have a child care partnership, which is birth to 3 in child care centers, so Rockabye, Clinton County Early Learning Center, and Sunrise Sunset in Highland County. And then we have a home-based program with 75 kiddos that we come into the home and work with the family an hour and a half a week, and they have 2 socializations a year.
That's a lot of numbers there.
It is a lot of numbers.
That's a lot of locations too. I knew it was Fayette County, but some of these other, like Highland, I didn't know about that one.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been down there?
We've probably been there 9 years, I'm going to say. Yeah.
Well, I told somebody, I said, I've worked here for 6 years, and I still don't know every single department and everything about it. So this is kind of good for me, is interviewing you guys. I get a little bit more insight of what's going on here. So with basically over 200 some kids, when it's all the numbers are added up and stuff like that, so it keeps you quite busy. What are some of the programs, or what are some of the things that you try to teach the kids at maybe some of the different levels?
Well, in the birth to 3 programming, we are teaching families how to educate their child at home with the materials that they have, the daily activities that they do. And then we offer socialization for them to come in and socialize with other adults and other children so that they get that socialization. There's a lot of parents who don't have connections in the community, and this gives them the connection in the community. Then we also have the birth to 3 center based with the child care partnerships, and we do everything we can from birth to 5 all the way through to prepare them for kindergarten. So mostly in the birth to 3, you're teaching them sharing, socialization skills. We still do colors and numbers and counting, and we read with them. Obviously, literacy is a high importance in our program. And then the 3 to 5-year-olds, our target is to prepare them for kindergarten. So we're teaching them rhyming and colors and alphabet letters and sounds and pre-reading skills that they need for later life.
I know that a lot of people maybe don't realize that by the time the kids get to kindergarten, and especially in the public schools, their education level doesn't start there. It's got to it's got to be learned early enough so that they're kind of caught up with the rest of everybody by the time they get to kindergarten.
Right, yep,
And that's why these kind of programs are very, very valuable to folks.
they are.
When you look at the program, it's like a lot of things. Is it income related?
It is. We are 100% of poverty or below, but this year we're looking at up to 200% of poverty. So we'll be able to take some kids that are up to 200% of poverty level as well.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, for folks that maybe are interested in the programs, various divisions you've got there, how would they go about contacting you guys?
We are enrolling now. If you just come out to Community Action and get an application, or to the Head Start building that's directly behind Community Action, you can come and tour, pick up an application, and we'll get you set up.
Okay, so call the main office number?
Yes, call 740-335-7282, or you can call the Head Start building at 740-335-7138.
All right, you can talk to Amy or one of the staff members. They'll be more than happy to help you out and get you signed up. And again, registration is going on at this time. Anything else that we need to cover?
We are having a diaper drive out here today. We are partnered with Bottoms Up Diapers from Circleville, and what they do is they help provide diapers for community members who don't have any and need some support. So we give diapers and wipes to families. And the drive is out here at the road. You'll see the signs. You can just drop diapers off at any time, and it'll go to a family in need.
All right. Don't throw them. Just hand it to them, please.
Yes, please drive through and hand them off.
Yes. Well, in fact, get out of your car, bring them over to the table, give it to them, and look
a hot
around
dog.
the different displays that's going on as well. Amy, thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Amy Joseph from the Head Start program. We'll take a break. We still have 2 more reports coming up between now and a little after 1 o'clock, so stay with us right here on WCHC. Okay, we're back here at Community Action Day here at WCHC. We've already had a chance to talk to 12 different individuals from 9 different divisions. They're all representative here. They'll be here till 2 o'clock this afternoon. They have a table out front. There is free food that's being given away. I mean, I don't know what else. That's so inexpensive. It's free, right? We had a sample of the hot dogs and chips, and there's lemonade, and there's water, there's tea, there's cookies, all kinds of stuff. So if you're saying, man, I got to feed the family and stuff like that, bring them on out. It's not going to cost you anything. Feed the family. We got tables set up with tents over it, so that way you can get in the shade. There's the inflatable slide here, and there was like a castle or something. So they got some inflatable rides that are been set up. As we mentioned before, there's different divisions around the main parking area here at the Community Action Building. You can park. Public parking's available to our right side or around the building, so you can stop by and park. Just a short walk, and you can spend a couple hours out here and take advantage of the different offers that you might be able to get or information from the different departments. Again, we'll be here till 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll do another report, kind of a wrap-up report after the 1 o'clock hour. We're going to double-check one more time, make sure we got all the interviews that we need, and kind of give you a quick summary of what's happening. But again, we want to encourage you one more time to come on out to the Community Action Day Commission. Once again, the Community Action, or CAC Day, as we like to call it, that's going on. This is the 3rd annual one, if I remember correctly, and it's going on till 2 o'clock this afternoon at the Community Action Commission building across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Route 22. I'm Randy Young for WCHC. All right, we're back here at WCHC as we're just about ready to wrap things up for the third annual Community Action Commission Day here at the CAC building located across from the Fayette County Fairgrounds on Route 22. Good crowd's been on hand, but you still have time to head on out. About another 40 minutes or so before things wrap up around 2 o'clock this afternoon. You pop in. Again, there's free food that's available. We also have the inflatable toys, I guess you can call them. Yeah, the Castle House, there's the slides. So if you got kids, you want to kind of help burn a little energy off, that'd be a good way to do that as well. You can do some public parking out there in the front, and you can get in and get the free food, go around to the different tables, and get some information about the different programs that they have to offer. I want to thank all of our folks that have been our guests today throughout the late morning and early afternoon hours that's been here on WCHO. If you didn't get a chance to catch all the interviews, we encourage you to go back and listen to the entire tape. Maybe you'll see a department that you said, I need to maybe find out more information about them. They can help you out as well. So, along with Dave Woolever, I'm Randy Young. Thanks for joining us today, and have a good weekend, everyone. I'm Randy Young for WCHC.